All right, I'll start with a Nagoon and get us going. Try to get people to sit down and shut up. They don't sing it. La 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 ya la 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 Lie, 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 lie. Lie, la, 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 lie, 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 la, la, lie, 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 lie. Lie, la, la, lie, 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 la, lie. Page 10. ידיד נפש אב הרחמן, ידיד נפש אב הרחמן, משוך עבדך אל רצונך, ירוץ עבדך כמו היער, ישתחווה הללי אל מול הדרך.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Amen. Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
Welcome. I'm so glad that you're all here this evening. Let's take a moment to turn to the people around you and wish each other Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Wow, you are multicolored tonight.
Friends, this is a very special night for Temple Beth-El. We're here to welcome our wonderful new rabbi, Rabbi Megan Broomer. Let's give her a big hand.
Wonderful, yes.
I'm so excited that you're here to meet our new rabbi and to help to welcome her. And I invited Arlene to light the candles tonight because Arlene has had a roommate for the last week or so because Rabbi Megan is learning, I guess, the travails of trying to buy a co-op in New York. And Arlene is, they're bunking together while things are getting ready. So Arlene, I want to thank you for all that you're doing to help welcome our new clergy member into our community. And yeah, it's great. So it's wonderful to be here. We're going to celebrate tonight. We're going to hear from our new rabbi a beautiful sermon that she has prepared. And we're going to begin this evening with some song.
Top of page 10. Hine matov umanayim sheverachim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim sheverachim gam yachad. How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is.
To be together on this day. How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is.
To be together on this day. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. שבת אחים גם יחד.
Come, let us sing joyously to Adonai. Raise a shout for our rock and deliverer. Let us come into presence with praise. Let us raise a shout for God in song. For Adonai is a great God, the great ruler of all divine beings.
Page 12.
Lecho neranena, yai lai 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 lai, nahari yai, lai 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 lai, nahari yai, lai 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 lai, letzo yishenu. Lai, 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 lai. Let us sing out to God, the maker of all, sure and strong. Let all of creation from mountain to sea hear our song. Lechu neranena, lai, 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 Adonai, lai, 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 Nahariya, lai, 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 Letzo Yishenu, lai, 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 lai.
For all of the wonder and all of God's light,
we rejoice. So now let us listen with all of our hearts to hear God's voice. Lechu neranena, lai, 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 Adonai, lai, 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 Nahariya, lai, 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 Letzo Yishenu, lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. I want you to close your eyes for a moment and picture yourself walking out the front door of your home. It's whitewashed with blue trims and doors and shutters. And as you walk out the front door of your home, so are all of the other homes. They're whitewashed with blue doors and shutters. And as you look on the horizon, you notice you're on a hilltop because you're in the city of Tzfat in the north of Israel. And as you look over the mountainside, you'll notice the sun is setting slowly but surely. And as you walk toward the sunset, you notice your neighbors on your left and your right are gathering as well, all wearing white. They're here to join you to greet the Sabbath bride. And so let us, as we open our eyes once more, Release the week that's behind us. Look to our right and to our left as we create our own mountainside to greet Shabbat with the words of Lecha Dodi composed on that mountainside in Sfat so many years ago. We're on page 20. Lecha Dodi likra kala Penei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad Hishemihanu El Hamyuchad Adonai Echad O Shemo Echad L'Shem Multiferet Velitila Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Penei Shabbat Lekabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Penei Shabbat Nekabela Likrat Shabbat Lechu Venelcha Ki hi Mekor HaBeracha Merosh Mikadem Nesucha Sof Maaseh B'mashavat Echila Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Penei Shabbat Nekabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Penei Shabbat Nekabela Hitoreri Hitoreri Ki va'orech kumi ori 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 Shir daberi Kevod Adonai Alaich nigla Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Penei Shabbat Nekabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Penei Shabbat Nekabela.
If it's your custom to rise to greet the Shabbat bride, I invite you to do so.
Boi v'shalom ateret bala Gam besimcha uvetzola Toch emunei aham segula Boi chala Boi chala Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Penei Shabbat Nekabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Penei Shabbat Nekabela Nekabela.
Page 25 at the very bottom of the page. Please read with me. And so we understand that ordinary people are messengers of the Most High. They go about their tasks in holy anonymity, often even unknown to themselves. Yet if they had not been there, If they had not said what they said or did what they did, it would not be the way it is now. We would not be the way we are now. Never forget that you too yourself may be a messenger, perhaps even one whose errand extends over several lifetimes. On the opposite page, Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzeitekhem LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Page 28, please rise.
Lai 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 la 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 la. Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed. Lai 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 la lai lai la lai lai la lai.
Page 30, together. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night, and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzvaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Borei yom balayla, golel or mipnei choshech, golel or mipnei choshech.
becomes day, day turns to night, roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night. ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב ערבים. אהבת עולם בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו, בשוכבנו ובקומנו, נשיח בחוקך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך, ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ויורך ימינו ויורך ימינו, ובהם נהגה יומם ולילה, יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל.
Page 34.
שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם ועד.
Please be seated. Page 36.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before we ever stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. Page
Marching
40.
together, marching together. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh, Nohora tehilot osefele, Nohora tehilot osefele. Malchutecha ra'uvanecha bokei yam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam zeli anu ve'amru zeli anu ve'amru Adonai
Yimloch
leolam
Leolam
va'ed Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed Yai lai 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 marching together, marching together. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגואלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
We continue on the top of page 43 in the English as well as the first line of the Hebrew for Hashkivenu.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from the top of 42. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu ve'amidenu lechayim ufros aleinu Sukkot Shelomecha V'taknenu B'etzah tova milfanecha. So let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Baruch atah Adonai Haporei Sukkot Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei Tevel ve'al Yerushalayim.
On page 45. We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time.
Page 44. V'shomeru v'nei Israel et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. היי ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבר ויהי נפש, וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש.
On page 47, please join me in the middle. Prayer invites God's presence to suffuse our spirits, God's will to prevail in our lives. Prayer may not bring water to parched fields, nor mend a broken bridge, nor rebuild a ruined city. But prayer can water an arid soul, mend a broken heart, rebuild a weakened will. On page 46, I invite you to please rise.
Adonai sfatai tiftach, Adonai sfatai tiftach, ufi yagid tehilatecha, ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai sfatai tiftach, Adonai sfatai tiftach, ufi yagid tehilatecha, ufi yagid tehilatecha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'koneh hakol, V'zocher chasdei avot ve'imahot, U'mevi ge'ula livnei v'neihem, Leman shemo be'ahava, Melech ozer u'moshia u'magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol atah Rav lehoshia, Morit atal. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. We continue in silent prayer.
Page 62.
יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, והגיון ליבי לפניך. יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, והגיון ליבי לפניך. אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי וגואלי. אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי וגואלי. יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, והגיון ליבי לפניך. יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, והגיון ליבי לפניך. אדוני צורי,
Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri, Vegoali. Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri, Vegoali. Yehiyu leratzon imrefi, Vehegyon libi lefanecha. Yehiyu leratzon imrefi, Vehegyon libi lefanecha. Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri, Vegoali. Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri, Vegoali. We'll pray now for loved ones and friends and family members and community members who are struggling and in need of God's healing and strength and peace. If you're praying for someone this evening and you'd like to share their name, I invite you to do so as my eyes meet yours. Thank you, Rochelle. Thank you. 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 Thank you, Joni. May God be with all of them and bring them a renewal of body and spirit. Page 253, Mishaberach.
Mishaberach Avotenu Mikor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishaberach imotenu mekol habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Everybody close your books, please. Shabbat Shalom. This is great to see you. Temple Beth-El comes out on big occasions. I love it. It's so wonderful to see all of you here. Thank you for being here to welcome our new rabbi. So I just want to give a brief introduction of Rabbi Megan Broomer. So Rabbi Megan was ordained just about 6 weeks ago or so from Hebrew Union College in Los Angeles. She's originally from the West Coast, from Seattle, and I love how she brings her West Coast lay-back disposition to New York. It's one of the reasons that we chose her, because she's so easygoing and kind and gentle and friendly. I know that you're going to love getting to know her, and you're going to love having her a part of our temple family and a part of your lives. One of the major reasons that we selected Rabbi Megan is because of her passion for youth and education. You know that since the time of the pandemic, things at Temple Beth-El have changed a lot. And one of the aspects of our community that needs a lot of love and attention these days is our children. And Rabbi Megan brings with her a passion and a love for kids, a strong commitment and investment in Jewish education. In addition to her ordination as rabbi, she's also earned a master's degree in Jewish education. And so she's bringing here all of her training from the best in our fields to Temple Beth-El to help us grow and strengthen our programs with our kids. We all know how important that is, because kids are the lifeblood of the community. The energy that they bring contributes so much to the vibrancy and to the future of our congregation. So we're really blessed to have Rabbi Megan here for that reason and for many other reasons. She's going to make such a mark here at Temple Beth-El. It's already such a pleasure for me and for Cantor Adam to work with her. Even before she started officially last Saturday, she's been working with us over the last couple of months or so to start planning for the high holidays, because that's coming. And I will tell you this from kind of, behind the curtain of the clergy, that Rabbi Megan is a delightful colleague and a wonderful partner, and that is such a blessing. So we're really fortunate and blessed to have Rabbi Megan as part of our team, to be part of her journey as a congregation of growth and learning as a new rabbi, and to helping her find her path and her voice, and to help her become the rabbi that she's destined to be and that she wants to be. So let's welcome Rabbi Megan to our bima.
Thank you, Rabbi Stoller. Have you ever been in a space where you had to stand up for something that you deserved, where you might not have felt welcome, a place where you've had to claim what is rightfully yours? In this week's Torah portion, Pinchas, 5 sisters find themselves in this situation. The people of Israel conduct a census in order to determine how to split the land among the various male lines. 5 women, Machla, Noah, Hagla, Milcah, and Tirzah, known as the daughters of Zelophehad, went up to Moses and the whole assembly and said, "Our father died in the wilderness, and he left no sons. Let not our father's name be lost, because he had no sons. Give us a section of our father's land." Moses then brought that matter to God, and God accepted the daughters' request. In their book, The Torah, a women's commentary, Rabbi Dr. Tamara Eskenazi and Rabbi Dr. Andrea Weiss point out 2 ideas embedded in this story. They write, first, disenfranchised women successfully confront an unjust system and propose a more equitable law. Second, God approves of their proposal and formulates it as a new law, one that enables other women as well to inherit land in certain circumstances. These 5 women were smart, and they understood how the system worked against them. Using that knowledge to their advantage, they argued for a systemic change which would allow them to inherit the land on their father's behalf. Even the rabbis were impressed. In the section of the Talmud called Bava Batra, the sages teach the daughters of Zelophehad are wise. They are interpreters of verses. They are righteous. So they answered my opening question. Have you ever been in a space where you had to stand up for something you know you deserved, where you might not have been welcome? A place where you've had to claim what is rightfully yours? I know I have, even in Jewish spaces. My first year in rabbinical school was in Israel. In many Orthodox and traditional areas, being a female rabbi is not something that is accepted. I often found myself in places in Israel where I was told I could not be a rabbi because I am female. In other spaces, I was told I could not pray how I am comfortable praying because I am female. I had to learn to stand up for what I believed in and what I believed I could achieve. I relate to the daughters of Zelophehad, as my family is mostly women as well. I have 2 sisters, and my parents have taught us to believe in ourselves and stand up for what we deserve. They taught us that as women, there is nothing we can't do just as well, if not better, than our counterparts. My dad made sure that we knew how to build and fix things around the house, around our car, so that we can be strong, independent women. Some of my earliest memories are going to Home Depot's kids' workshops, week after week, learning how to use tools and building my own projects. So I'm happy to help anytime on a building project around the temple. I imagine that the daughters of Zelophehad were taught something similar by their parents. In the ancient Near East, women did not have the same rights as men, and women were not able to inherit land. Machla, Noah, Hagla, Milcah, and Tirzah knew since they had no brothers, their family's legacy was going to be lost, so they stood up and advocated for change. I remember learning about how, at certain times in our history, and even in some communities today, women are not allowed to learn Talmud, Jewish law, or most Jewish text. Men go and study, while women stay back with their families. I know this is a lifestyle that some people enjoy, but I knew that it was not for me. Since childhood, I knew I wanted to study Jewish texts. I wanted to learn more and more about Judaism, even if it meant learning how Judaism sees women as less than. I was lucky enough to go to a community Jewish day school where I was able to explore this interest. And my Mishnah class, studying rabbinic commentaries in 6th grade, was one of my favorite classes. I loved learning about the different opinions and traditions which would become the foundation of the Judaism we know today. I didn't always agree with what was written, but as I learned later in rabbinical school, Mishnah is like the shared curriculum of Judaism, one of our foundational texts. Between undergrad and grad school, I decided to take a gap year and study in a progressive yeshiva in Jerusalem to continue my Jewish learning. During my year at Pardes Institute of Jewish Studies, I had to defend my Judaism and my decision to become a rabbi to those who did not think that Reform Judaism or female rabbis were acceptable. I knew I had to pick my battles, and there were some people who I was not going to convince otherwise. But I had some hard discussions with people who were on the fence about why Reform Judaism is a legitimate way of practicing Judaism and why I wanted to become a rabbi. I wanted them to know that I am proud of who I am as a Jew, and their thoughts and actions were not going to stop me from being a Reformed Jew and following the values and morals that are core to our beliefs. I also put those values and morals into practice in those conversations with fellow students by trying to listen to what they said and focus our discussion in ways that they could understand where I was coming from. My fellow Reformed Jews and I created a Reform Minyan at Pardes, and we got backlash when we had services on Friday night with the guitar. Even though we followed all other kashrut and Shabbat rules in the facility and made it very clear we were playing guitar on Shabbat, some students complained to the faculty that we were violating Shabbat in the building by using musical instrumentation during prayer. We had to fight for our right to celebrate Shabbat according to our tradition, and it took 3 months before we received the all clear to have our next Reform at Pardes Shabbat, which was supposed to be monthly. It would have been easy to give up, but I knew that I wanted to be able to pray in a way that was comfortable for me, just like the more traditional students were able to pray in a way that was comfortable for them. There have been many women who have paved the way for me to stand here today. Judith Kaplan, the first young woman to celebrate becoming a bat mitzvah, Rabbi Sally Priesand, the first female rabbi ordained at HUC, all those in the women's rights movement, and many others who have stood up for what they deserved and broke barriers. I know that Temple Beth-El is a pioneer in this area too, as this congregation has mentored many female assistant rabbis early in their careers, had a female senior rabbi, Rabbi Tara Feldman, and we were the first Reformed temple to have a female cantor, Cantor Barbara Osfeld, on its clergy team. TBE's legacy is one that all in our movement can be proud of, and I'm excited and honored to become the newest clergy member of this historic and pioneering community. I want young girls to know that they can study Judaism in the exact way as their male counterparts. I want them to learn that they can take their future and their Judaism into their own hands, like the daughters of Zelophehad took theirs, and stand up to those who are telling them otherwise. Education, specifically youth education, is the aspect of Judaism that is my strongest passion. I want to ensure that every single child has access to Jewish education. Education that will teach them what it means to be Jewish and how to bring that Judaism into their everyday lives. Education that will not discriminate because of gender, race, or any other status. Education that is inclusive, empowering, and inspiring for all our children. It is up to us, for the future of Judaism, to ensure that every student succeeds. In my work as the clergy member responsible for youth education, I'm determined to give our students opportunities to learn that Judaism values them for who they are, that they can connect to Judaism in many, many different ways, and that the Jewish community is a safe place for them to explore, grow, and be their authentic selves. I hope that in the future, we won't need people to break barriers. I hope that there will be no barriers to break. I'm looking forward to the days when we no longer need to advocate for our own legitimacy. As a new rabbi who is very close to her parents and sisters, it's not easy to take a job on the other side of the country from where my family lives. But there is something about this community that makes me feel comfortable here. I'm looking forward to getting to know each and every one of you and your families, working together to engage in ways that we can all feel inspired. I'm excited to learn together, deepen TBE's family and youth education programming, and to be there for your families during both the happy and the sad times. I hope to create that safe space here with you at TBE, and I'm deeply grateful that you chose me to be your new rabbi. Shabbat Shalom.
Please rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד. ושמו, ושמו, ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. We remember now our loved ones whom death has taken from this world. If you're comfortable and able to do so, I invite you to rise as you hear the name of your loved one read. On this Shabbat, we are remembering the yahrzeits of Samuel Baker, Rita Belser, Henry Gozen, Gerd Hahn, Kalman Herman, Martha Hirsch, Nathan Permut, and Rose Permut. If there's someone you're remembering whose name wasn't read and you'd like to share it with us, I invite you to do so now. Thank you. Thank you. Zichronam livracha. May their memories be for a blessing. If it's your custom to rise for the Kaddish, I invite you to do so now. We'll turn to page 294 and join together. Yitzkadal v'yitzkadash shemei rabah.
Amen.
Be'alma divrach erutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uvizman kariv ve'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevorach le'alam ulalmei almaya. Yitzbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudasha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushvichata v'nechemata. Da'amiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shmaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen.
Amen.
May the one who makes harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, and to all the world. May their memories be for a blessing. And we say together, Amen.
Amen.
Please be seated. Rabbi, would you mind grabbing the microphone there? I'd like to invite our temple president and also a member of the search committee that hired Rabbi Megan to come on up to the bima and welcome you. While Gary's on his way up here, just a couple of announcements. I want to say thank you to the Margaloff family for the challah this evening, and to our wonderful usher, Phil Perlman, who always greets us so warmly. And thank you to our all of those who helped to make our oneg, which we're going to have, so wonderful. Now, there's a couple of details here to note. We are having a congregational dinner right after services. So here's what I am instructed to read. Let's make sure I get this correct. Okay, so there will be a light oneg in the lobby for those who are not joining us for dinner. However, if you made a reservation for dinner and you'd like to come, or you didn't make a reservation and you decide you want to come, please come downstairs after the service to the social hall. Also, I want to remind you that this coming week on Thursday evening, July 13th, is our first Rockin' the Rooftop concert, which Cantor Adam and his wonderful team of volunteers have planned, and it's going to be great. We have a, well, why don't you say something, Cantor, about it?
Hey, little girl, is your daddy home? I want to wish him a Shabbat Shalom.
That's good.
See the candle fire? Mm-hmm. So Thursday, we're going to have the E Street Shuffle Band, a tribute to the boss and his music, Bruce Springsteen. It's going to be an amazing night of high energy, antics. I encourage you to come. The band is from Asbury Park, the home of the boss himself. So come out. It's going to be a great time. Food and drink is included. Links for ticket is in your email. So look there.
My turn to sing?
Absolutely.
Some Springsteen?
Absolutely.
You want to hear me sing? Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. I want to welcome you to our amazing congregation and synagogue. Thanks to Andy Aaron and the entire search committee. We did a really good job. No, you're wonderful. Rabbi Megan's a really special person. I've gotten to know her a bit. I'm hoping to get to know you better, and I know all of you will love her once you get to know her. Your words were beautiful. I can relate. I am the father of 3 girls. I have no sons to leave my property to. So, but your words are very meaningful. I've always taught my daughters to be independent, self-sufficient, and that is the most important thing that I can teach my girls as a father. So I'm glad that your father and your mother taught you the same thing. So thank you. I welcome you. I know everything's going to be great, and we're lucky to have you. So Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Gary, how about staying here and doing Kiddush and Motzi with us? Would you all please rise?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri chagafen.
Amen.
Baruch
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho v'yahav ratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. לחיים.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Amen. All right, and we're going to close with the song that Cantor and Rabbi Megan are going to lead us in. You can start making your way downstairs, and thank you to all who helped put this wonderful evening together. Our office team, our volunteers, Joni Miller made so many calls to get people out here tonight. So many people helped to make this possible. Let's enjoy. Have a wonderful evening. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
עושה שלום במרומיו, בוא יעשה שלום עלינו, ויעקב ישראל, ויעל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו, ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו, ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו אמן. אדון עולם השם הלך, בטרם כל יציר נברא, עת נשא בחפצו כל, אזי מלך שמו נקרא. אדון עולם, אדון עולם, אדון עולם, אדון עולם,